Hey guys, so I know you've been waiting for quite a little bit at this point for some season 13 Maokai guide content, and so this is finally here. Um, I just today went through all of my, matchup spreadsheet here, which you can find in the links below. It's in my link tree. Um, I went through all of the matchups again and redid everything, including the runes and the items, to update it for you all. And I'm going to go over some of my thinking for Maokai right now. So basically, Maokai, I think, is stronger now as a tank than he was last season, which is funny because Riot is now giving him buffs. This coming patch, I think it comes in today, actually. And they're also buffing Sunfire Cape. And I think this is because people don't know how to build him. So I'm going to show you how. So basically, versus most standard matchups, you're going to run the same thing. Almost all of his matchups are the same. There's only a few outliers where you build slightly different things. So I'll use Aatrox as a good example. Versus a champion like Aatrox, you'll want Grasp, Demolish, Second Wind, Overgrowth. This is the most standard one. Demolish helps you get turret plates. Turret plates are very valuable. Second Wind helps you survive the lane. You don't really need conditioning later because Jack Show is such a crazy item. And Overgrowth out heals Revitalize for Maokai later on, as well as giving you more HP to work with your armor and magic resist. So it's super good. The big changes from last season is now I want to be running things like Magical Footwear and Biscuit Delivery instead of the Mana Flow that I was running last season. This is because Catalyst of Aeons is back, and that effect is back on Abyssal Mask. So you no longer need the constant mana regeneration that Mana Flow is giving you. So you can go back to a more useful free boots, which is great for Maokai, as well as biscuits to help you get through the early game for your mana department, and you can run Doran's Shield. Doran's Shield is almost always better than Doran's Ring in almost every case for the early game for Maokai, and that's why you need biscuit deliveries, just to get you through the early mana hungry part until you can get your Catalyst. So that's how your runes will work. You'll basically run Grasp, Demolish, Second Wind, Overgrowth, Magic Footwear, Biscuit Delivery in almost every matchup. Obviously, if you need specific matchups guides and you don't know if you should be changing or not, the whole spreadsheet's right here. It's in the link below. In every matchup, you want attack speed. Attack speed is incredible for Maokai. It helps you farm creeps. Adaptive Force is situational. In fact, I don't know why this one does say Adaptive Force. It should be armor for this one and health, but don't mind that. That was the only one that I didn't update because I did a little updating back. But yeah, onto the items. Almost every single time you want to start Doran's Shield, this item is incredibly broken. It gives like so much sustain in lane. It's just crazy. So you want Doran's Shield as your start. And then your first base will almost always be either Catalyst or Balmy Cinder. The order of these is kind of situational, kind of not. You can basically not go wrong if you build Catalyst first or Balmy Cinder first. The difference is like if it says, oh, you should build Catalyst first here, but you only have 1,000 gold in your base, just buy the Balmy Cinder. If you can afford Catalyst, it's good to go for first. If you can't afford it and you are 100 gold short, go for the Balmy Cinder. And then, depending on if you're versus an AD or an AP matchup, see here in this Aatrox matchup, you'll build both Catalyst and Balmy Cinder, but then you'll finish your Sunfire Cape. Whereas in the Akali one, you'll build Catalyst and Balmy Cinder, but you'll finish Abyssal Mask. So you don't even want to build your mythic item until third item in most cases. And Maokai's best mythic is Jack Show. This item is insane. It just makes it so that you become this super god. Like you have all this armor and magic resist applying to your HP, and you just keep healing more and more and more. So your effective health is crazy. So basically, the key for building Maokai is start a Doran's Shield, and then build Catalyst and Balmy Cinder on your first two bases. And then if you're versus AD, finish your Sunfire Cape. If you're versus AP, finish your Abyssal Mask. After you're done finishing your first item, finish the other one, the Sunfire or the Abyssal. It's literally the return to Season 9, where you want to just build Sunfire and Abyssal. These items are incredibly strong for Maokai right now. And then you just cap your build off with your third item of Jack Show, and you will be incredibly strong. This champion is like so perfect with this item setup. It's unreal. So yeah, there's some situations where you're versus champs that have true damage like Camille or Fiora, where you don't want to run Jack Show because the bonus resistance this is going to give you will be useless. In that case, you'll be swapping the Jack Show for a Radiant Virtue. Also a pretty good item for Maokai. It's, you know, it's not as incredible solo tank value as Jack Show, but if you're versus those champs that have true damage like Camille, Fiora, maybe Darius, like a Vayne, just go Radiant Virtue instead and it'll be a better option. Other than that, you never should be building Heartsteel on Maokai. It's a waste of your time. Do not get baited by the fun infinite scaling HP item. It's not good. It's not good. Don't build it. So, yeah, if you want to help me out for this and give me your feedback, if you're like, man, I got questions, I don't really understand this, I'll explain it. Feel free to comment down below. And again, if you want this whole spreadsheet, just go down in the link of the video, click my link tree, and click on the Maokai matchups, and it'll bring you right here. In fact, I'll put this here now that I don't need the Season 13 recommendations. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Peace, peace.